Scientists have been trying to hijack the mosquito genome for 8 years now. They want to bypass natural selection and plug in a gene that would mushroom through the population faster than the usual inheritance process. In the back of their minds is a way to prevent malaria by spreading a gene to knock out mosquito populations so that they cannot transmit the disease. In 2011, two scientists at the Imperial College London got back the DNA result that they had been hoping for. A gene they had inserted into the mosquito genome had radiated throughout the population, reaching more than 85% of the insect's descendants. The first engineered gene drive was a genetic modification designed to spread through a population at higher than normal inheritance rates. Gene drives have rapidly become a standard technology in some labs. Scientists can now create a drive in months. The technique relies on a gene editing tool called CRISPR to alter or silence a specific gene. In the next generation, the whole drive copies itself onto the partner chromosome so that the genome no longer has a natural version of the chosen gene and instead has two copies of the gene drive. In this way, the change is passed on to 100% of the offspring rather than around 50%. Since 2014, scientists have engineered CRISPR-based gene drive systems in mosquitoes, fruit flies, fungus, and are currently developing them in mice. But that's just the beginning of the story. Gene drives have been proposed to reduce or eliminate insect-borne diseases, control invasive species, and even reverse pesticide resistance in insects. No engineered gene drive has yet been released into the wild, but the technology could, in principle, be ready as soon as 3 years from now. The technical challenges are not as daunting as the social and diplomatic ones. Technologies like these have real-world consequences for people's lives that can be nearly immediate. This technology is new and is designed to spread through wild populations. This poses new questions for how to develop and evaluate gene drive organisms. The majority of questions fall into two categories: limiting the spread of genetically engineered mosquitoes to a defined geographic region and the impact on existing ecosystems. What happens when a species dies out from an ecosystem? This is less of a concern in places where the mosquitoes are an invasive species. Population modification strategies are designed to persist. The major questions here focus on what can be done should we no longer want these mosquitoes out in the wild. Fortunately, there are significant research efforts to develop chemical and genetic control or recall mechanisms for gene drive. Much of the research on gene drive mosquitoes are carried out in countries where the disease is not an endemic. Yet control over the use of gene drive mosquitoes must ultimately rest on scientists, public health authorities, regulators, and the community in affected countries where they will be released. Because insects can cross international borders, such decisions may need to be taken at a multi-country level. With so many people suffering from malaria, we cannot afford to leave this potential new tool unexplored, but we must do it in the right way. The best way to ensure that the gene drive technology is developed safely is to discuss it openly in labs, within governments, and in public. We need to weigh in the eternal desire for matrix level consensus against the millions of people that die every year. Do you think that wiping out a species of this blood-sucking parasite will affect the ecosystem? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.